By sowing frugality, we reap liberty, a golden harvest. Agesilaus. Number 10. Buy quality. Frugality does not mean being the queen of cheap. It simply means buying for the future. If you buy quality stuff, it will last you longer, which will help you save money in the long run. For example, there is a difference between a Rolex watch and a watch made by Rolex. One is the original version while the other is a nicely done fake. The same thing is true for other items. Buying an $800 mattress that lasts 12 years is more cost-effective than buying a $300 mattress that lasts 3 years. This means that within 12 years, you will have bought 4 $300 mattresses worth a total of $1,200. That is a $400 difference. Another example is, let's say you buy $200 shoes that you will wear for 2 years, but you want to be frugal and buy $30 shoes that you will wear for 2 months. Within 24 months, you will have bought 12 pairs of $30 shoes totaling $360, which is $160 more than you would have spent buying the $200 shoes. One rule of thumb you should live by as a frugal person is to buy long-lasting quality items. It's better to spend more money up front than to spend less money multiple times. Adopt this one frugal rule and you will save tons of money. Number 9. Save money. George Choi, author of the book Stealth Millionaire, said, "To become rich, you must value saving more than spending." When a best-selling author knows that the value of saving can make you rich, then you have got to evaluate where you stand with saving methods. Are you the "I'll spend and save the rest" or the "saving is for cowards" type of person? Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but both approaches to saving are wrong. Saving is a frugal rule that you have to live by and practice like your life depends on it, because guess what? It certainly does. For example, let's say you were trying to do stunts with your skateboard and accidentally fall and break your tooth. We all know how expensive fixing teeth is, and without proper insurance or some good money in your account, everyone will know you as Toothless Joe. Nobody will care that you're the best IT guy. They will always make fun of you to your face or behind it. The cost of a dental implant per tooth ranges between $3,000 and $4,500. Imagine what would happen if you didn't have any money saved. Saving money is one frugal rule that you have to adopt if you want to stay out of debt and be able to cater to emergencies. Number 8. Invest wisely. There are wise investments and poor ones. Wise investments allow your money to grow in leaps and bounds, while poor investments will cost you more money and drive you into debt. If you don't want to be broke again, you can follow Warren Buffett's advice and how to invest wisely and be on your way to financial freedom for the rest of your life. Rule number 1 that the financial mogul, which is one of his many great investing tips, is never lose money. The number 2 rule is never forget rule number 1. Genius! Warren Buffett, who is as frugal as they come, has built his billions worth of empire by investing wisely. He also advises people to form healthy money habits. His advice is to avoid credit card debts. Interest rates are very high on credit cards, he once said. Sometimes they are 18%. Sometimes they are 20%. If I borrowed money at 18 or 20%, I'd be broke. Investing wisely will see you earn more money, which gives you better interest than you can imagine, which is one of the surest ways to push you into financial freedom. Ignore this rule, and debt will come knocking like a bookie in a gambling den. Number 7. Create an emergency fund. Have you ever been in a situation that needed you to give money immediately but you didn't have any? If your answer is yes, then you know how important having an emergency fund is. To put it simply, an emergency fund is money you keep aside to meet unexpected expenses. For example, if you're hurtling down the freeway and your tire bursts, you have to call roadside assistance if you don't have the means to change the tire yourself. If you don't have a membership card, you'll be forced to cough up $100 for assistance. If you don't have an emergency fund, you'll scratch your head until your hair turns white. This frugal rule allows you to have peace of mind knowing that in case of an emergency, you and your family are well taken care of. The life you live today may not be the same one you live tomorrow. You may wake up and lose your job. Without an emergency fund or any other way to cater to your bills, you would be in hot soup financially, which would be the opposite of the financial goals you're trying to achieve. Make sure you have an emergency fund stashed away for an unexpected expense, whether that expense arises today or 2 years from now. This is one frugal rule you cannot afford to ignore if you value emotional and financial stability. Number 6. Have zero debt. Money has always been a personal topic for most people, and more so, debt has been one of the most embarrassing money topics that people would rather sweep under the rug than come out and talk about. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but being in debt is being in financial bondage, and the only way to get yourself out of it is to ensure that you have zero debt. For example, if something you wanted to buy is $150, but you have $100 in your pocket, don't whip out your credit card to purchase the item. This is because once you do that, you have unwittingly started a debt culture. If you don't have enough money to buy the item you need, turn around and walk out of the store. If you discipline yourself enough to stay debt-free, your money will serve you, and you will be in a position to multiply your finances because as soon as you get money, you'll be putting it in the right channels, where it can multiply and give you great benefits. Number 5. Set goals. So much has been said about setting goals, but one thing you cannot take away from this frugal rule is that it will take you away from financial struggles. There are two types of goals: long-term and short-term. Long-term goals are those goals that you set for a long time to come, such as saving for a house or a piece of property, while short-term goals are those that you set for the near future, like a wedding, a television set, or taking a class. For example, if you want to start proper homesteading with cattle and all that good stuff, you will need a piece of land. In Florida, for example, 1 acre of land costs an average of $30,000. Even if you have an income, it's going to take more than 12 months to save this kind of money, which makes this a long-term goal. If your kid was dangling on the TV set and it fell and broke, it would force you to put a new set in your budget. A nice Samsung TV costs $450, which would probably take you a month or two to save. This is a short-term goal. Setting these goals will allow you to save money out of your pocket, which helps you steer clear of debt. In the words of entrepreneur Jim Rohn, if you go to work on your goals will go to work for you. If you go to work on your plan will go to work on you. Whatever good things we build end up building us. Number 4, spend less than you earn. When you get your income, you want to rush to the mall to get the new Nike shoes you've been swearing on everything that is holy that you'd get. You buy the $150 Air Jordans out of your $500 weekly wage, which leaves you with $350. Your weekly groceries cost $100, and you have to save $200 for rent at the end of the month. You remain with $50, which can only get you a gallon of gas or a haircut. This is a perfect example of not spending less than you earn. This is a frugal rule you have to live by if you want to attain financial independence. This means that after saving, paying your bills, and buying other essential things, you still have more money left from your income. For example, if you earn $3,000 and your savings are $600, house rent is $800, groceries $500, and other essentials $500, you still have $600 to spare. This means you're living below your means. Spending less than you earn allows you to have more money to invest, keep aside for emergencies, or to boost your savings, which is a frugal rule that will keep you from being broke ever again. Adopt this habit and you'll say au revoir to money problems and living paycheck to paycheck. Number 3, practice DIY every chance you get. We know you've tried to DIY something that backfired on you, and you swore to never bother to try again. Giving up so fast is what's going to cause you more financial heartache than dusting yourself off and trying again. And while that sounds like song lyrics from the late Aaliyah, we agree that she said it best. You can DIY anything you put your mind to, whether it's baking a military-themed birthday cake or building a whole drone. For example, a 2-tier custom cake costs anywhere from $200. And if you want to make your loved one's birthday an event to remember, you go all out, right? Wouldn't it be more sentimental if you baked the custom cake from scratch? Our thoughts? It would pull at each one of their heartstrings. What's more, it would only cost you the price of the ingredients and your time, which, if you ask us, would be time well spent. You learn important skills when you decide to go DIY and save tons of money on top. This frugal rule will help you keep money in your pocket, which keeps you from being broke. Number 2, avoid impulse buying. Chasing the feeling of owning a shiny new item is a great feeling, isn't it? It feels like you're on a high that you'll never come down from until you check your bank account and oops, you're $300 shorter. Then reality comes crashing down like a ton of bricks. That's what impulse buying does to you. It gives you joy and contentment, but these feel-good emotions are short-lived, and you're out there again trying to find the next best thing. For example, you go grocery shopping and your stomach is screaming for those $3 chips. And since you feel like one packet is too small, you put 3 of them in your shopping cart. You've just spent $9 of money you had not planned. Do you want financial stability and freedom? Avoid impulse buying at all costs. Staying within your budget allows you to save money and spend it on what you had set out to buy in the first place. You save more money and say goodbye to being perpetually broke. You're able to take care of your bills, have more money to create an emergency fund, and stay debt-free. Before we get into number 1, make sure to check out the links in the description for our best recommendations to boost your savings. Number 1. Start today. Charles Dickens said, "Procrastination is the thief of time." He was right. If you keep postponing things, you'll never get started, and you'll stay broke for the rest of your life. If you want to start your journey to financial freedom, you have to be ready to start now. For example, let's say you want to start saving $200 for 12 months starting today. Next year, at a time like today, you'll have saved $2,400. But if you decide to enjoy your Christmas holidays to the fullest, then start saving after, you'll save less money than you would have if you had started immediately. The same thing is true about starting your side hustle. If you start today, you'll start building your client base and start earning money as soon as possible. Starting immediately takes away all the fear and self-doubt, which helps you step out of your comfort zone and start working on your goals. For example, if you have a goal to save $1,000 for a project that's coming up in 3 months, starting today can allow you to save enough money to meet your goal. Saying adios to being broke means saying no to procrastination. Remember, you can do anything you set your mind to if you're ready to start right now and stay committed to the cause.